Mark, 1/1000. Alright, we are operating roughly a 10-second delay on Twitch, 20 on YouTube. I apologize for the delay. Technical issues behind the screen. Yeah, that works. And then updates, and then more updates, and then connection issues, and then one more technical issue. But I think I have things working now. Or behind the scenes. Either way works. Other than that, no major announcements that I can think of. Work is work. I will try to keep things as consistent as I can, but in real life always comes first. If I need to take time off, I'll try to give you as big of a heads up as much as possible. To that note, I think I need April 17th off or something like that. I'll get the exact date and get it nailed down by April. Other than that, no major announcements. We are running very late today. I apologize, but that does mean just a shorter stream. Not much I can do about that. So other than that, hold on. Today's broadcast is brought to you by viewers like you. So thank you very much for your support. Whatever form that support comes in, it is truly appreciated. I always encourage conversation, so feel free to talk about whatever you want, ask about whatever you want. Please just keep a few things in mind. 1, my focus is on the game, not the chat. 2, there's a 10-second delay on Twitch, 20 on YouTube. And 3, I tend to get distracted by anything and everything, especially if my lovely wife is involved. On top of all of that, no matter who you talk to, whether it be me or someone else, please keep it reasonable and respectful. We try to keep this a fun, relaxing place for people to hang out and be themselves. Okay. Game crashed. Speed 1. hello, welcome back to a playthrough of Per Aspera. Again, just a reminder, this is not story mode, this is just freeform, have fun with it mode. And yeah, we're up to stage 3 on terraforming. I think we need to focus on getting enough water, which means flooding out all of this. And getting to the point where, let's see, everything on here can be built on water. Oh, is this dead? That's dead. Except for the solar panels. Here, let me delete the any solar farms. Wind. Very good. Research can be rebuilt. I think the warehouse can't be built on water. It cannot. So we'll go ahead and restore those things in new areas. And the hyper-terminal loop cannot be built on water. So I don't mind you losing the workers. We can hold off on the hyper-terminals a little longer. We'll let that sit. We do have 3 colonies. The reason why we want to focus on the water is because we are up to the point where we kind of, we unlocked dome cities, which requires water, running water, not ice. And we do have a number of spots for ice. Really? A dome city that, no way. That's not a floodplain? Irregular. Okay, flood zone here, yeah. So I want to wait till this flood zone totally floods. Maybe we do put a dome city right here then, right? Just because it's waterfront property. Who the hell wouldn't want to live there? And to that end, we've started pumping nitrogen. Oh, we got the water stock fairly high. We started pumping nitrogen into the atmosphere. No oxygen yet. But I think we need some greenhouse gases. And the best way to do greenhouse gases is, honestly, we take a look at the scanner and zoom out. Oh. Right, here, or here. Why those spots? Because of the amount of chemicals in the area. So what we're actually gonna do is, I don't want to do too many though. That is atmosphere. Because they're a chemical input. Oh, we are way over. So we'll actually put one here. One here. I'll do 4 of them. Right, I have enough. Yeah, 5 and 5 plenty. And honestly, a storage center in the middle. Or at least nearby. And one. I mean, that looks like a lot of worker hubs. Well, I guess it... 2, 3. Well, we'll pump up the worker hubs. How are we doing? Yeah. Oh, wow. Aluminum through the roof. So, this is all ice. The problem is we need the ice. Look. We're 39, we're up to 44. This is dead. This iron mine's dead. This iron mine's dead. So, I mean, chemicals I'm not worried about. Iron, I'm honestly... These are just off. Kind of iffy on. But we have more. It's just easy access we're done with. Plenty of carbon, oddly enough. And they're scrapping. Yeah, oddly enough, iron we're struggling with. Oh, we need more sand, so what we're gonna do is just... That's 1,000. Turn that back on. And turn that back on. We should be fine. Carbon we're fine on. Aluminum we're through the roof on. How many do I have? I have 9. I don't need 9. So we'll turn 1, 2. We'll turn those 3 off and see where they land. We do have more out here. So that's not a problem. There's a little iron. How much? But we're making plenty. So I guess I don't need to worry about it. Carbon, I assume we're significantly over on? Yeah, so... Off. Off. Got a carbon mine there. 32. Here. That big one will shut off. No carbon out here. And this big one will shut off. That should be fine for a little while. Otherwise, we're good. So I'm just going to speed things up. I do want to remember... So it looks like we're probably going to put... As weird as it seems. Because at some point in the... Is it space? No. Engineering. No? Bio? Can't be biotech. Where is it? Ah, there it is. We're going to get a space elevator at some point. So it looks like the space elevators, it can only go along this middle equator. So like one there, can't put one there, but one there, yeah. Maybe. Alright, so hold on. So if we put one here, 1, 2, 3, one here, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can squeeze another one here? We'll see. I like... I think I did 2 on opposite sides of the planet in my story playthrough. Maybe just 1. Yep. So we'll start pumping out greenhouse gases, which is going to eat into our chemicals, but we can afford that. Even if it goes higher, I can always tap more, but I don't think we will. And the idea is we want to flood things so I can get the water up and running. And we can jump to dome cities. One here is fine. One over here is fine, or even over here, but I feel like this is going to be a flood zone. So here should be fine. And then up here, right there is fine. I feel like there was another one. That's a good spot. So we have spots, and we'll only go up to 3 dome cities. We only have 3 centers. We might be able to support 4 or 5, but I want to see where things balance out. If I'm worried about dirt, I can always turn it on. Do that. Well, we're over 400, so we should be fine. I have 11 iron mines. Huh? Well, that one goes... I know I turned a bunch off up here. Right, 1... We'll shut off 2 more. So we've shut off 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should drop it lower. If we only need 10 12 a month, we don't need to run 24. Running 13 or 14 a month is fine. You don't want to go super over, except for ice. Right? Electronics is fine, polymer's fine. Parts can be shut off completely. We only have 3, and I think that was the only one running. Yep. Is this dead? This is dead. Let's disable that. So, yeah. Steel is fine. Glass is fine. We'll shut that off at some point. And once we upgrade the factory, we can probably run, like, just 1 or 2 of everything and be fine. Yeah, 33 and 29 is good. 8, and that's perfect. I don't mind if it goes a little higher or a little lower. Building lost. Nope, never mind. It got power back. Okay, so how are we doing? Nitrogen's going up. Greenhouse, because I want the temperature to go up. But the greenhouses are going. Okay. To increase the planet's temperature. Good, it went up by 4. So, 27.4 degrees Celsius. Oh, what? Alright, we'll work on that. Pause. If we check the terraforming plan. Okay. How much of Earth's atmosphere is greenhouse gases? Less than 1%. Okay. Okay. So, I guess we do need to keep an eye on that. Okay, alright, can I set this to Fahrenheit? I'm sorry. Settings. I am an American boy. Ideally, both. Alright. Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't. This is just lots of O2. The temperature. But there's nothing. Okay. Is there a way? Okay, hold on. Let me check. Wow, so it has to be Celsius. Okay. Oof. Okay. What is 80 F in C? So we're looking at 20 degrees Celsius is what we're in. Oh no. 25? 25, 27 would be good. Is what we want the average temperature to be, I think. Somewhere in there. If it lets us go that high. So yeah, we're gonna... Because we have to overcome the base negative 58. But once we start accelerating things, we should be fine. Again, okay on supplies. That's at 400. So let's stop. Alright, you're not... Wait. You're not producing... Oh! You're dead. The problem is... This is why we kind of need to rush to water, because we're getting... For lack of a better term, we're getting low on ice. Like, I don't want to build that till it's flooded. Does that make sense? Melting? The ice can melt? Oh! Okay, I did not know that was a thing. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. More water, less ice? Okay. Right, so, okay, so that wasn't, in the original game, you could have ice deposits and water. Okay. So, that is why, pause, if we go to life, that is why they added... It's not aquatic. Water packing plants. This was not in the original game. So now you have to make your own ice. Okay, so we're probably going to need at least 3 or 4 of those. Gotcha. Okay. Uh-huh. Up to 5 degrees Celsius. So 27. So 12 degrees is about 40 degrees. Ooh, it's fighting. Okay. Are we running any... Yeah. We are importing ice. That's good. Yeah, we can now do advanced landing sites, but there's no reason. Hold on. Right, that's a flood zone. That's a flood zone. So this is not a flood zone. Which means this is not a flood zone. Okay. So we're basically just gonna stash as much ice as we can. Yep, alright. Looks like we might lose this connection. So let's start scrapping. Because once it goes, it's gonna go quick. Is the thing. Alright, that one will last a while. Let's get rid of the maintenance facility. And the power plants. That's aluminum. What I can do... Got rid of a maintenance facility? That is a flood zone. That's still a flood zone? Okay, that's not a flood zone. Jesus. Okay. Well, we'll start pulling out of here. Minus 60. Okay. Yeah, this is already flooded. I think I have to pull. Well, let's cancel that scrap for now. And we'll try to scrap all of this. we do have a water source here, meaning an aqueduct, right? If I put this... What's the input? Raw water. If I put this here, it will feed off of this river. It may not do much, but it'll start the process. Okay. Oh, we were getting up there. We must have hit winter. It's down to negative 60. Up here... The question becomes... Okay, flood zone... Okay. No flood zone there. And again, this is kind of just... Alright, that's a flood zone. This is not a flood zone. It won't do anything, but once the water gets high enough, it'll start kicking in, is the way I'm looking at it. Oh, little buddy, you doing it? For air braking. Okay, so another one got close enough. Meeting special projects. We can ice break or aero brake a new ice asteroid, adding more water to Mars. Aquatic thermal plant. I think. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Yeah, because I want... I don't know if that's in range. That might not be in range. This is definitely not in range. So I'll disable that one. But this... look, we can see it spreading. And it's just gonna start spreading. I don't know why it's rotating so much when I zoom in. So, that means the bacteria will start pumping out oxygen. Yeah. So we've got a little there. Oh, it's a carbon deposit. You know, it will grow at its own pace. But we have started the process. Yeah, I don't think this is close enough. It's getting there. Okay. I don't know why it's twisting that way, but whatever. We might be able to get... Yeah, not a flood zone. Yeah, so there. So yeah, we're looking at, like, along here, building up the water and tapping this first. So it will very slowly spread. I guess... Oh? Did we just aero break an asteroid? Yeah, we just disintegrated an ice comet. Okay. What we can do to help, I guess... Hold on. is that. Yeah, and this is gonna flood, so I don't want to do anything up there. Ooh, we're up to 7 degrees already. Yay! Yeah, so if it bounces between, like, 27 and 20 degrees Celsius, I'm okay. I can disable so many aluminum mines. So I have 9, so there's 1, 2, 3 here. Again, somewhere. Oh. 4. Alright, that one stays on. Oh, that one's almost out. Might as well just tap it. That one. That's 7 disabled. Like 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9. So that's half of them disabled. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, aluminum not worried about. I kind of am. Yeah, so we ice break an ice asteroid. We've got new colonists. That's fine. We could disable some iron. You're at 271. You're at 1,000. We'll disable. How many do we have? 11. Well, we don't need that many, so there's 1 disabled. Where do we have 11 iron mines? That implies I've got, like, a stack somewhere. That's 2. Oh, that's almost gone, so we'll keep that one going. Guess we saved that one. So we've shut off 2. 3. Yeah, why does it say 11? I found 3. Hold on. So we'll start at the bottom. There's 1. Of disabled, there's 1. I'm gonna tap that one. So there's 1. So that was the last one built. 2, that one stays off. Three, 4, 5, 6, but it's almost out, so you can stay off. 7, all right. 8, all right. 9, and most of them are off. All right. If I got 1,500 in storage, I can hold off for a while. Same thing with the aluminum mines. I can shut some of those ones off and call that good. I don't know if I'll get the rubble just because of the flooding. That's chemicals. So 9. So I know there's probably 1 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. And we're going to turn that one back on. Is there one running in here? We'll turn that one off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, 6. Seven, but that one's going away. So now we're down to technically 8. Should be 2 more out there somewhere. Yes, that's okay if I can't find them. They'll either just drain. Okay. No, again, aluminum I'm not worried about. Yeah. Iron has gone up, but I've got 1,500 in storage. If it drops down to 750, I will care. Well, 6. Pumping out those greenhouse gases. Okay, it's less than 1%. That's fine. We've started producing oxygen. We're definitely producing nitrogen. And remember, our balance that we want for breathable oxygen is 78%-ish nitrogen and 21%-ish oxygen. So, you know, 77 and 22 would be fine. Okay. So we're gonna have to start. Yeah, look at it spread. I think it spreads. Got one there. So now we've got superior factories. Do we do a space elevator? Oh. There we go. I mean, it's a lot of carbon. But I don't care about carbon. We have more carbon than I know what to do with. It's actually very cheap on everything else. Alright, so... Yeah. We can hold off on this. Okay. How much? 10 water. 20 and 1. Every 40 souls, it produces 1. Research point bonus. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we need the oxygen capture yet. We can't really do plants yet. So we'll hold off on that. Yeah. I think we go to... Because engineering we're fine on. And a fusion plant is just a lot of electronics, and boom, you get a ton of power. I think we hold off on that. We go to space, and we aim for the space elevator. And we'll probably build it, like, here. Otherwise, we're good. I think it's spreading. It should be spreading. Slowly, I guess. I guess I can also... That's a flood zone. That's not a flood zone. So as this fills in, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Right? It's just starting to get water near here. I'll turn that off. Yeah, so this is the biggest concentration, but we're starting to see right along here. It's made its way downriver and is starting to leak out. Right, so... upgrade that. Well, the workers still oh, maybe they don't. I mean, there's no, like, if I don't need the workers, it doesn't build them. So, you know what? Let's not upgrade the worker fest. Cancel upgrade. What I will do is I think all our parts factory. Okay, all our parts factories are off. So we'll do parts factories first. I think this is our only steel factory. Alright. Oh no, down here. So we'll upgrade these. But then immediately shut it off. Again, I've got 1,000 steel in the bank. We're fine. Oh, this one. And a... Hold on. We'll upgrade everything down here. You can go off. You can go off. 3, 3. Don't need, like, 1's fine. That's weird. Did I disable 2 of them? What's going on there? Why am I only making 2 food a month? That's very weird. So that pile's done. Don't need the steel. Don't need the parts. Upgrade. 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 Yeah. Don't know why food tanked. Disable the steel. 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll keep all 3 going. You're dead. Let me turn on a couple more dirt. Yeah, we only need a single electronics factory. So you make the electronics. You can make the polymers for me. We don't need parts. Actually, don't. I mean, we do need steel. We'll burn through it pretty quick, but. Well, that nitrogen's done, which is fine. Yeah. At a certain point, yeah, we're gonna have to just start importing nitrogen. So that's the other thing, is to get up to import nitrogen from Titan. Right? So we have a steady income of nitrogen. Alright, you're dead. Alright, over here. Upgrade. 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 1, 2. Don't need that many electronics. That's fine. That's right on the edge. I'm okay with that. Dead. Well, hold on. No, not quite in range. Get in there. Ready again. We don't need all that glass. Pause. We're gonna set all the food production to priority here. Because I don't... Like, it could be because I capped out on storage. Which is a possibility. But colonists need to eat, yo. So it's weird to me that they're not getting their ice. Because according to this, I have 1,200 in storage somewhere. There we go. Now it's going back up. Okay. I mean, we probably don't need all of them running. But I just want to prioritize them getting the ice they need. So we'll disable that one. Yeah. Now we're going... So let's just go to 3. That's 1 each. And see where that, because we, again, if our current demand is 10, then we only need to be at like 11 or 12, right? Up to 8 degrees. Okay, getting up there. Yeah, because once this is tapped out, the only way to get nitrogen in the atmosphere will be to import it. So if I start doing that now, the better off we are. That's fine. We could kick on a ton of carbon if needed. But again, at 800, I'm not really worried. God, iron mines. Still hyper efficient. One, two. We have how many? 10. One. Wait, what? One, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a chunk of 7 there. Eight. Okay, we can disable the polymers. After we upgrade this one. Yeah. Yeah, running 3, we're fine. 1 more and we'd be covered. So... disable you. We do need 1 glass running for now. Well, let me just make sure. We only have 3. So I think the only one running is that one, right? Yeah. Steel's fine. Alright. I'll keep an eye out on iron. Ah, that'll help. That'll help. But... let me just build a worker connection there. Oh! I was working at 84 demand a month? Holy shit! Alright, no, we're fine on chemicals. I mean, I would even go so far as to be like, hey, you're at 402. You're about to tap out here. 1, 9. Again, chemicals, okay, you're about to tap out. Alright. We'll see where things go once they tap out. You've got 44 left. Plenty of uranium. We're all set on uranium. Yeah. You want to be ahead. Like, carbon's almost too far ahead. Chemicals is definitely too far ahead. Ice is starting to get behind. That doesn't matter. Glass we can disable. Steel, electronics. We must have one on somewhere. Right? But it's that thing's like, if your demand is 10, you don't want to go over 11 or 12 production. Right? If you go too far, yeah, you build up a huge stockpile, but then you drain things too fast. Although, again, aluminum, carbon, chemicals, not worried about. Iron, kind of worried about. Alright. That's dead. Yeah. We're getting to the point where... Yeah, that's gone. To the point where... I'll pull back on all of this. That might be in range now, in part. This is the end of the flood zone. In case you're wondering. Right? That's a flood zone. This is not a flood zone. So, hold on. Pause. Right there. So we want to build right along here for water. And once we're on the water, we can build, like, we can grab this thermal plant, we can grab more iron, we can grab more carbon, chemicals, we can get the research back. Okay. Yeah, I assume this is gonna flood. But we'll see. Okay. And you want more nitrogen than oxygen. Again, 80% oxygen, well, 79%, like, you need like 1 or 2% for other gases. But you want a 3-to-1 oxygen mix, I guess, for nitrogen, oxygen, or somewhere around there. So we're actually okay on nitrogen. But this is gonna run out, which means we should start breaking in the nitrogen now. So, like, I'd rather hit 80% nitrogen before I hit 77% nitrogen before I hit 22% oxygen. Personally. Okay. Oh, still going. Great. Immediately grab import from Titan. Yeah. Yeah, that's because they're dead. Oh, and no, we're gonna want a lot of worker hubs out in this area. I'm gonna do this. Okay, that one can go off. I'll turn that one off for now. Oh, keep an eye on. We are essentially halfway through now, so I'll go ahead and run an ad break. Again, shorter stream than usual today. I apologize. Like, oh wow, so we've got one thermal plant there and one there. Okay, that feels fine. Okay. And nothing's super dangerous. Yeah, the ice is gonna drop fast. Unfortunately. So I think... Because it's melting. That's what it comes down to. Oh, this one's not melting. So the warmer it gets, the more some melt, the more some do not. Okay. Pause. Because we have tapped. Now that's almost out. That is out. That's melting. That's melting. But I don't think I have a choice. I think... Oh, maintenance facilities can go on water. I have to do this. So, yeah. Especially if it says it's not melting. I just have to tap all the water I can find. God, that is way out there, though. That can run at a deficit. Yeah, the thing with life... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Right. But out here would work fine. But again, I don't want to build in the water if I'm just gonna have to keep pushing back. And I don't think I have a choice. Those need to be up and running. Melting. Melting. Okay. Plenty of dirt. Iron, yeah. Yes, I can run out to if I do that. I definitely want a terminal out here. Okay. Oops. Forgot to connect that. Yeah, this far out, I need a terminal tunnel. Not quite in range yet. We're up to 12 degrees. 20 just flash floods things, so that's okay. I'll lose a little food. I mean, we have plenty of food in storage, so I'll hold off panicking on the ice. Okay. 10 to 0.1 is fine. Yeah, this is almost done. This is why I went with import. After import, we'll go back and get the space elevator. Alright. Got about an hour left. Oop, hold on. I flinched at the last second there. There. That's a good worker hub, because it's got a lot of pathways. The more pathways, the better. Plenty of aluminum. I might need to turn on another dirt. Because those are dead. Done. Turn on one. Ice is slowly climbing back up there. Let's turn this on. Okay. Yeah. We're getting critical mass on ice here. Uh-oh. That's why we're rushing to get these up and running. Yeah. I might have to. Alright, hold on. So, host ships, which build. So, we need a port. So, port has to be. Okay, so a port can't be underwater. So, like here. Let's build a port. This is probably a bad spot, though. And I freely admit it. That's a hypercube. Well, that's a scanner. Let me build a terminal here. One there. Like I said, I hope I'm doing this correctly. Okay. I think I have to get the water up and running now because of the issues with ice. I have building space. I'm only using 473. Okay. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. You're fine. Chemicals could be iffy, but we've got so much in store. Like I said, the ice is what I am worried about. Cool. Okay. $27. We're getting there. So shipyard in progress. Actually, I guess that's also priority. Well, because if I can get this, where is it? Off of ice. It's literally just food. But it has to be connected to the water. Alright. So, oh. That implies there's upgrades. Alright, well. We'll do the thing. So, now, theoretically, I can do something like this. Boom. That's 100% there. It's gonna need a power farm. And it's gonna need... I don't think I need the chemicals there. a maintenance. Do is upgrade these ways to the map. This makes a ship. Host ships. It doesn't say. Okay. So that will start pumping water. Extend from water. Oh, that is a huge range. Right, so if I put this here, that should cover it. Okay. Hey, we got boats! Look at that. Yeah, max 100. But it can only hold 100? Ooh, that's rough. Alright. So you're gonna need a lot of ports. Okay. 11.2. Anything dead? Alright. You're dead. You're dead. Yeah, these are all gonna run out very soon. So we need to get to the point of, oh, we're just importing nitrogen. Alright, it's gonna take. Okay, so I get the point. Really? That's my bad. Just to prioritize that. Alright, so this connects to this. And what I'll do is... Oh, is it light? I'll just do a water packing plant here. Right, this should pump out... Hold on, let's take a look. This produces 40, this takes 20. So, 2 of these... This, if I've done my math correctly, should support 2 of these. Look at him go! Yeah. Now the power, and we'll queue this up, and this up. So we'll do a small one, and the point is just to get the ice income high enough that I'm not panicking about it. Alright, so now this is outputting water. Knowing that I might have to move this in the future. Okay. Fine on polymers. When it gets to 200, I'll turn one on. Okay. So. Yes! It's connected! Nice! And now it's making ice, and it makes 1 every 7 souls. Okay. Boom! Hey, I did it! Okay. Which now means I'm making more ice than we need. We did it! And I'll just stop there for now. Right? Again, it says it's 22. It says the card production is 15. We can always increase it. So there we go. We now know how that works. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Now I don't feel as bad. I mean, we still want to get that nitrogen in. I mean, we got plenty. But like I said, yeah, this is rapidly running out. So unless we get lucky somewhere else, we're gonna have to start inputting nitrogen. We're at 170 to 178. Yeah, I'm not sure how to connect. I guess wind farms is how you connect the thermal power. Yeah. Okay. Really? Oh, right in between that annoying... Alright. Hey! Nice! Yeah, this is out. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this one off. I don't need to be making 40. We can bounce around 35, I'll be happy. And this one. Okay. Alright. We could turn on another steel factory. Or turn on a steel factory? Yeah, so the issue is this is going to flood and go away. I'm gonna have to remake these. But... decently effective. So, we're kind of bootstrapping here, so hopefully that will carry us to where we need to go. Plenty of steel. Silicone is now low enough. Oh, you're dead. What happened here? Must have been hit by an asteroid while I wasn't paying attention? That's all I can think of. So, yeah, don't need the power yet. We're up to 13 degrees. Woohoo! That's getting up there. Almost done importing from nitrogen, and we can start that process. Yeah, I'll just bootstrap the ice for now. Like I said, you don't want to go, oh, right, because this range, right, just barely in range, I think. Which means when this floods and I have to back it up, this is going to have to be moved. Yeah. So once this fills up with water, we'll get a lot of cyanobacteria there. There's no water there. We'll let that sit. Then we can grab all of that. I can grab this research back, but more importantly, I'll be able to grab this as research. This will melt. Yeah, melting, 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 melting. Hey, perfect. All right, we're gonna jump to space elevator. 3 years. So what I'll do though is zoom out. Special projects. Oh. Alright. And we'll start that project. Yeah, tier 3 of all the factories. And again, we're in a holding pattern. Alright. We're getting up there for temperature. 120 millibars of water. We're holding, yeah, CO2 levels have to be below 5. Oxygen, 20. Like I said, the ideal balance is 21% oxygen, 77% nitrogen, and then everything else is everything else. So plenty of power. How are we doing down here? That's... Alright, so this is gonna run out next. I think I'm gonna delete you. Delete you, delete you, and delete you. And we'll slowly start pulling this back. You know, except I want the research, so... Steel's fine. Once electronics hits 1,000, I'll kick on a polymer. The food really hasn't dipped as much as it says it has. Let me kick on a polymer factory. You're dead. Interesting. If this hits 750, I'll kick on a ton of chemical factories. That kind of implies a bunch of them dropped or went empty, yes. But again, not between all of this, I'm not that worried. Right? I can tap all of these at tier 2 right now. So we're running 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm not worried about 14. Chemicals through the roof. Aluminum through the roof. Iron could go either way. Yeah, we're fine on ice. Nice. That's not gonna last super long. But I think we have enough ice to sit there and be like, hey, okay, so what happened? So they don't steal from each other? It's just as long... Let's test this. Right now the output is at 40. If I build another water treatment plant, literally, we'll say here. Do they both go at 40, or do they eat each other and cut each other in half? We're gonna test this. It's an asteroid hitting. This one's not even on. Okay. Cool. One more. Now it builds. 40. What? Oh, that's honestly busted. Okay. I personally would have balanced this so that if they're this close, not a lot. This close, yes, they only do 50%, right? 20 and 20. So that you're forced to spread them out. But I'm not complaining about this. I'm just gonna disable that for now. So hold on, let's check. If how does... Okay. So theoretically... Okay, so the circles have to touch. So theoretically, I could have put this, like, out here. Okay. So I have more leeway than I think I do. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna throw another fission plant here. Another worker hub here. And I'm gonna build a dome city here. We're gonna try to run one dome city. Right? Which means... water booster there. Hold on. Food there. Oh, that's not a food plant. Hold on. One food plant there. Where's the other one? Isn't it up here somewhere? I'm gonna put this, like, here. We're gonna connect them. Making plenty of steel. Oh, this one's off? Ah, there's the second one. I'm gonna delete this one. I might build a third one up here, but we'll delete that one first. That should be the import nitrogen. I'm guessing. Yes. Alright, unloading the nitrogen. Great. Up to 16, please. I'm gonna pause this. Oh no, booster pump's up and running already? Alright. Back on you go. So we get our first dome city. And the power plant to support it. Boom, baby! So this takes 5. Power off. So I'll start moving to the Dome City. Which it will increase our food, but decrease the amount of ice we eat. This is 15. This is 10. But as you can see, it holds 1,000 population. That's the trade-off. So you as opposed to needing 10 food to feed 300, you need 15 to feed 1,000, I think. Let me make sure I did my math right. 500, right. So as opposed to 10 to feed 500, you've got double the amount of colonies at only half the food increase, and it no longer needs ice. Yeah, so that one colony means we're now producing more ice than we need. We definitely need more chemicals now. Let me just make... How many do we have? 2. We only have 2? That doesn't feel right. At all. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing this rotating thing all of a sudden. There we go. Don't see any here. That's dead, that's okay. I can always tap another one. So, hold on. Yeah, I'll turn you off and keep you on. No chemicals here. We only have 2. Really? Maybe? Alright, well, let's stick to tier 1s. So we're gonna need a worker hub here. You're at tier 2. And another worker hub. Oh, here, let me do this. And now do a worker hub there. Two. 1. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of dirt? Which, it's not like it's crashing. Oh, we can disable glass production. So we only have 3, so... Now you're still going. Let me just make sure you're off. You're off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. We don't... That can drop. Electronics is fine. Polymers I could kick on, but we're going to hold off on that because of the chemicals needed. $20 a month. Okay, something fishy's going on here. Here 2 there. Here 2 there. Like I said, drain all the 1s first. Is that... Okay, this is not a flood zone. That's good. Really? Outside of maintenance room. Okay on power. Oh, I don't... that one's a bit iffy, but fine. Here, what I'll do is... put that there. Disable that one. That one should cover everything. I don't... Really? Alright. Well... Well, bollocks. There we go. Now... Yeah, now we're making more dirt than it... Now that the glass has been disabled... Off. 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 That's 3... There you go. Oh, here. Which one? That's 901. Alright, here. Oh! Alright. All 5 are right here. But 1 running is just fine. 15% nitrogen. Alright, we're getting there. We're up to 14 degrees. Remember, the goal is 27. Do you have to keep an eye on that integrity? Like I said, I'm going to have to push it back. Once it hits 20%. I'll disable it. Yeah, look. Our science is going higher. Can you take me higher? I can't sing that. Alright. Crank that research. I think we're at capacity. Oh, no. Well. What's the maximum output? 300. Wait. Was there a patch? Because the only way that this can pop out 400 is if it gets the 30% bonus. So that's nice. So this is at capacity. Okay. Yeah. Get water there, water there. You know, get the water income from multiple places. Yeah. Mine out what I've got and convert. Just do, yeah, water. Like 2, yeah. We're good. Alright. Over 1 millibar. Pressure balance gases of both humans and plants can... But the bacteria doesn't need oxygen. It's producing oxygen. we have weather. Neat. I would... Oh, tropical? Oh, interesting. Are we cycling through biomes here? Humidity. Hey, getting up there. Temperature. Nice and high. Alright. We've got clouds on Mars. Look at that. Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about asteroids slamming into us, hopefully. Yeah, once this is done... Once this is drained, I won't build, like... I won't build another one, because I don't need to keep mining it. Food is fine. Parts are fine. I think I only have one on. It's fine. Yes. Polymers only has one on. If you're making the parts, you're making the electronics and steel. You're not even on. But you don't need to be on, so we're not going to turn you on. Okay, we're good. Yeah! A true, like, to this point, it's always been like, oh, one more thing to do, one more thing to do, one more thing to do. At this point, we are actually in a 11, 6, 5... a true holding pattern of, like, no, we're just waiting for stuff to happen. Hey, new colonists. I should have the water. Yeah, there's no way to store water. So, maybe... Not... all of a sudden, it's not... Oh, I see why. The water got to it. Alright. Like, all of a sudden it's not connected, and I don't know why. That should still be... Pause. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Wait, did I queue up the wrong... Hold on, wait a minute. Water pump. Not a flood zone. There. Priority. Disable. This one's the priority. Hold on! We're working on it! Boom. And you're a backup. So now if we take a look at water, completely connected. Now you're getting your water, now you're getting your food, now they'll stay. Okay. Sorry, guys! Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm not running full capacity. On food production. There. Okay, we're good. Hey, the bacteria is getting up there. Not even close. And up there, 15 degrees. That is... $60°F. That is comfy. I mean, still can't breathe. No oxygen. But I'm out here. Disable you. Disable you. Because these are gonna flood. That's the problem. So, like, I'm gonna have to back up this to here. Alright, so this isn't a flood... Okay, what's not a flood zone? There's our space elevator. Don't need the oxygen capture, don't need the plants, engineering-wise. I could jump to fusion, space-wise. Wouldn't hurt to have. So, hold on. Flood zone, flood zone. So, non-flood zone here. Okay. So, let me move a water packing plant here off the flood zone. A worker hub there is fine. And another packing plant here with a worker hub in between. So once these are up and running, I'll delete these two. Actually, I've got enough in storage. I'm just gonna delete both of these now. Alright, more methane. So, I should have enough. 6 assigned. What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I do need... Okay, let's hold off. On greenhouse gases. And start that. And just in case, I will build a third spaceport. Right up there with a worker hub. Yeah, so dirt. Well, we're finishing up quite a bit of dirt. Iron can be kicked back on. Aluminum can be kicked back on. Oh, this one's dead. We'll kick you back on. That one's dead. That one's dead. There's my problem. Okay. Plenty of iron. You're at 8,000, 7,000. 1,000. So we're down to 5 aluminum. 1. Now we're up to 6. But we're making ice. 11. Pick you back on. You're almost dead. You can tap another one there. Not a problem. We got 2 more right here we can tap. We got another one there. So what I can do, actually, is pause this one. And the next lowest, 1,100. Fine. 1, 2, 3. Pick that one on. 4. It might be counting this one. Let me do that. Okay, no, it has to be fully built to count. You're good, you're good. How are we on iron? Iron's fine. I need more aluminum. That's water. I mean, there's another one to tap. You're ice. Actually, we're good on aluminum now. Alright. We have 4 boats. Discard that building. I disable this. And just rebuild. A shipyard there. Oh. Hey, we braked an methane asteroid. Ooh, more methane in the atmosphere. Great. We're approaching done. I think we've made progress now. Wait, did I? No, I grabbed a space elevator. This is an orbit. Oh, is it a special project? Elevator, there it is. Oh, so it's saying right there. I don't have a choice. Let's go. We'll start building the space elevator. I don't have a choice. That's where the space elevator is going. Duly noted. So we'll start that project. Hey, we got the methane asteroid. Okay. So... just to be safe... pause. Flood zone. It's still all flood zone. Alright. Okay. Okay. Let me disable you. Let me disable you. And we'll pull back. $18 degrees, baby! Nice and comfy. Alright. Literally a couple more minutes. Ah, this is what I was... Okay, so they've lost power, but... What? Why are these not connected? So I have to have the ports. Alright. Nope. That's in range of everything. Yeah, no, we're fine on chemicals. Okay, hold on. You don't have any steel up and running? Excuse me? What's going on here? Oh, hold on. One. Upgrade that. It's saying I have no production. Excuse me? Needs input. There it goes. That was weird. Okay, get that going. Hold on. Well, it's because that means these guys are going to run out of water. Fairly soon. We'll let the dirt die. Come on. Here. We'll prioritize this one first. Okay, that was in range. So I'll disable this one, but just in case something goes squirrely again, I'll put another one like there. So we got a couple of wind farms there. So that way they won't lose power. We've got plenty of water. I think we're good. And we've started building a space elevator. Or the process for a space elevator. Yes. What is going on with this steel? Yeah, iron's not the issue. Wait. We only 2 carbon mines? Okay. Let me turn those 2 on. Let me find the carbon mines real quick. Nope. Oop. So those are the only 2. I guess another hyperloop there wouldn't hurt. Very weird. Hold on. Which means, honestly, you're still good to go. Where did I throw those 2 carbon mines? I guess this is the problem with doing things so quickly. Pause. 1 there. I guess I'll find it. Let me upgrade the way. I don't know. What do I upgrade to? Just, I guess? Just do on an upgrade path. Yeah, it's weird that it's like, no, 0 production. It's like, are you sure about that? Alright, now that's producing. See what I mean? If I have 3 advanced mines. Okay, it's climbing up. Something screwy was going on there. Before I get sucked into keeping playing, we are done for the day. Again, if you're watching live, I apologize. Shorter stream than usual. Had technical issues at the very beginning. We are... Oh, even though it... Oh, this is dead. Alright. We are done for the day. Thank you much for joining me. Again, I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. It's a fun game. I would easily put it up there with Surviving Mars. It feels much grander in scale. Because we're doing the entire planet as opposed to just a section. It feels grander. To me. Alright, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Smash that bell. All that jazz. Even better, check out other videos and playthroughs I've done. Best is come on over and check me out when I stream live every Sunday through Friday, life permitting. Thank you much for joining me. And until we see each other again, remember to be kind to one another. If you're watching live on YouTube, we are done for the day. If you're watching on Twitch, I will probably raid Simus if he is playing. Otherwise, I'll be back Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Again, life happens. So, you know, technical issues, that sort of thing. I'll deal with it as best I can. And until we see each other again, remember to be kind to one another. If Twitch decides, there we go. Actually, let's... You know what? I'm in such a rush, we're not going to read anyone. We're just going to... on ads. I'll be back Friday. See you then.